Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Miami, Orlando. On the corner every Sabbath, teaching from the bandos. If you ever need some soldiers, gonna let my captains know. The South still talking, thought I had to let them know. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Miami, Orlando. On the corner every Sabbath, teaching from the bandos. If you ever need some soldiers, gonna let my captains know. The South still talking, thought I had to let them know. Is you down to ride? Cause we about to slide. I'm going down 95, doing 85. Soldiers in the back, and my armor bearer on the side. Isaiah 58, my lungs about to go live. Valley of the dry bones, we blessed if we make it home. My call dropped, I think the feds trying to tap my phone. 1 out of 1,000, my dog couldn't even give me a bone. Prophets of the Lord, secret sauce, yeah, you cannot clone.
We standing strong for the gospel to get defended. We at war, the battle to stop sinning. We be on the corner pulling scriptures with the quickness, trying to heal our people up cause they suffering from a sickness. Pull them out the fire, that's the mission. How my people comfortable in hell, that's a condition. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge with no vision, but they always gonna see the purple and gold on the mission, doing the Father's business.
Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Miami, Orlando. On the corner every Sabbath, teaching from the bandos. If you ever need some soldiers, gonna let my captains know. The South still talking, thought I had to let them know.
Yo. All over the world, we about to go. Truth is coming out, that's what you need to know. Blacks and Hispanics is the Israelites you need to know. You ain't never gonna hear this from a pastor though. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions. Think you coming in here with your sin, don't even try me on the mission. Telling Israel to repent before your time is up. Every city on the corner in your hood is where you finding us. Casting out imaginations, Christians might not like it, but we raising up our army exceedingly, we are rising up. We all about the mission, we living until the kingdom comes. Destroyed for lack of knowledge, so that's what we here to give up. Blessed for the people, cause although we have no equal, we out here living so evil and comfortable living feeble. All over the world, we about to go. Truth is coming out, that's what you need to know. Blacks and Hispanics is the Israelites you need to know. You ain't never gonna hear this from a pastor though. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions. Think you coming in here with your sin, don't even try.
All right, let me turn my mic.
All right. We back. It's Friday about 7:15. You know what time it is. It's time for the LIONZ Den.
All right.
Yeah, baby.
With the echo in the background. Echo.
All right, so we here. We in Orlando, Florida. Y'all know what time it is. It's the LIONZ Den radio show. So, hey, we a little late. Almost 10 minutes late. So we gonna get it popping. Hey, how was everybody week? Captain Kim Uel, how was your week this week, my brother?
This week been a little trying, but we good. Yep. We here.
What made it trying, Cap?
Just some news I got. That's all.
Okay. You gonna be able to make it?
Yeah, I'm good.
What about yourself, Officer Mikey? Yeah, what we got? How was the week?
It was a all right week. Nothing too eventful. Just crazy stuff going on in the world.
Yeah.
Mexico, it's going down in Mexico. If y'all don't know.
Yeah, I heard about
that. They doing all kind of killings and civilians, cartels warring. It's like Narcos 2023.
I mean 2022. Down there too.
Both sides judging them, man.
Yeah. How was your week? Gideon? Gadiel?
All praises. Good week. Actually, it was a horrible week because I had to work yesterday. Yeah.
This brother forgot. How the week went.
No sleep.
I got
all praise. I'm here.
So they slaving you.
Pretty much. So what it is because I'm taking days off from men's conference.
They got to get their days back.
They're trying to get me in before I go. So. Yep. Captivity.
It's all right. Hey, somehow you managed to keep a good line. Again,
All
this
praises,
guy
all
somehow
praises.
manages to get a haircut every week. So I don't want to hear nothing
All
about you
praises.
busy, man.
Dang.
This is crazy. How does he
All
keep a
praises.
fresh lineup every week, ladies? Take note. Exhibit.
Oh man.
Exhibit look like you got that royalty check this week, bro.
Right. That boy iced out. Hey,
All
he
bling
iced
blinged
out.
Man.
He got rings,
MTV paying you that bread, huh?
bracelets, necklaces.
He'll pull back so you can see the lineup.
Dang.
Back, see this line,
Original royalty embroidered jackets. How was your week, Exhibit?
It was productive. It was good. All praises to the Most High. You know, I'm excited for men's conference.
Yeah.
Excited to head out there.
Oh,
See your leadership,
praise.
make history again.
Yeah. You gonna be there?
Yes, sir.
When
Yes,
you
sir.
flying out?
Thursday night.
Thursday night.
sir.
All right. Hey,
Praises.
y'all didn't know. We ain't gonna say too much because y'all know we've been keeping it under wraps. We ain't been putting too much information out there. But men's conference is coming. We don't know when, but it's coming. How was your week? Oh, yeah.
Hey, it was a good week. I found out yesterday that Jesus is not a racist.
Oh man.
That was very educational.
Yuri, where you at? We need a promo.
Yeah, I got my word of the week.
Dang, racist. That is funny. Hey man, I saw you had to put your hands on him yesterday, man. The spirit of the Lord is upon you. I know back in your younger days, it might have been a throwdown, man.
Yeah. Just gotta stay in the spirit.
All praise. You held your composure. All right, so let's get to the show.
Roman J.
Hey.
Roman J. Esquire. How was your week?
My week was good, man. I had my son's 9-month appointment.
Okay.
He's 26 pounds.
Dang.
Big, thick Jew.
Yeah.
Good gravy. But
29 pounds.
yeah.
The whole grown man.
Yeah, brother need to start getting a job or something.
Oh, man.
But no, it was good. You know, we had a little fellowship last night, and you know,
Yep.
a third, I guess, monthly roast session.
Right.
Fourth annual roast session on whoever got the worst shoes out there. I came in third this time. Yes, sir. But no, I always appreciate going out, being with y'all, leadership, hanging out, brotherhood, and all that.
Hey,
good stuff.
I was waiting on somebody to bring it. I was gonna bring it out. Now you took it from me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was like, dang, nobody brought up the bowling. Everybody else said they took the L last night, even though I think y'all beat me. Y'all beat me when y'all came over there. I know Micaiah got me one game.
I wasn't last.
You wasn't last?
No, I wasn't last.
Hey, man, I bowled a 133. That's the best I've ever bowled before, man. So I learned how to put that spin on. What you did last night? Give me a...
I thought you were talking to me. My goal is always not to come in last.
Not to come in
I
last?
achieved my goal.
Right. I didn't either. I think I came in second and third.
Now,
both
you was
games.
rolling, though. It was you, Lahad, and somebody else over there.
Yeah, Benea, man.
Benea can bowl?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Hey, but the All-Stars David.
Yep.
Yeah.
David.
Oh, man.
David.
Well, he's
man,
a professional, man. real He's a good. ringer.
He came with his
David's a
bowling
ringer.
shirt.
The big
his own ball.
Lebowski.
Nah, this ain't a rerun, man. Somebody asking, is this a rerun?
Right, because we saying the same stuff. That's what I'm saying. Gaddiel said the same thing every week. Oh,
Dang, somebody said, is this a rerun? This ain't no rerun,
you
man.
a rerun. You a rerun.
You've never
It's
seen
the
Exhibit blinged out like that, so.
Hey, man, do y'all got a rerun going, man? What's going on here, man? I don't know.
Unless it's pre-recorded like that commercial.
Right.
Hey, you. What's your name?
You know how we know it's not a rerun?
What's that?
Because we got a new phone number, 321-248-6724.
That's
sir.
Help him out
Yes,
there,
sir.
officer.
Hey, so let's get into the first article or video.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we're
else?
going straight into it, or we got current topics first? What
We
we got?
got current topics, but if
Uh-huh.
it run past like 30 minutes, we just gonna go straight into the topic.
Nah, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yes, sir.
What is today's topic, matter of fact?
Today's topic is too cruel for school.
Too cruel for school.
Yes,
I like
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
How long it take you to come up with that topic name?
I actually gleaned off of someone else. They came
Uh-huh.
up with it. I was like, yeah, we rolling with it.
Oh,
Mine,
great.
I think mine was a little bit more corny. I'll just put it like that. Mine was worse. So that was our best option.
All right, so
Yes, sir.
today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, is too cruel for school. We're going to show you the evils behind the education system and how you can keep your children in line. For those of you that do still send them to boarding school. Yes, I said boarding school. That's what the public school system is.
Yeah.
For those of you that still send them, we're going to send prayers up for you, and we're going to show you the evils to encourage you to get them up out of there if you
Get
can.
them out.
if you can. We understand in America it take two incomes in a lot of places to survive. So we get it. But we're gonna show you some things so you can evaluate. So what we at? What we starting at first?
All right. We are gonna go to the last video. So not the first one. Go to the last video I just sent. Yes, sir. About
you throwing them off
nurse.
already.
Right, you're right. Everything else good. Everything else
They
good.
just screamed out.
Right. In agony.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me set this whole list up.
This is
don't
the
go
one.
off the list.
This is the one. We're gonna go to 1
yeah,
1 minute
I saw
17.
this. I saw this. Does it show the actual accident?
It shows pictures of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it shows the footage though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta see that footage. That thing is crazy.
Yeah.
Nuts.
You saw it?
She stayed alive?
Right. That's what I said.
Yeah,
she's alive.
That's what I said.
How? All right, press play, y'all.
She's alive.
She's crazy. Crazy people hard to kill.
Man.
Just play the 117.
Accused of causing that fiery LA crash that killed 6 people last Thursday? Well, it turns out we have some shocking updates. Not only were there found to be no alcohol in her system, but also it turns out that she had 13 previous crashes.
Damn.
That's right. This is a picture of her here. This is 37-year-old Nicole Linton. She's a traveling registered nurse from Houston, and she was hit recently now with 6 counts of murder. She also faces 5 counts of vehicular manslaughter. The LA County DA again said there was no evidence of alcohol in her system, which countered an initial narrative that was offered by an unnamed woman claiming to be Linton's friend who was day drinking with her that day, allegedly. And we also know that now Linton is basically facing life in prison if she's convicted on all charges. So this per the Los Angeles Times. Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge Natalie Stone denied Linton bail, which previously had been set at $9 million at the request of the DA's office, which said she's a flight risk. Linton was set to leave LA and travel to Hawaii for work, prosecutors said.
All right, y'all can
prosecutors
stop it
also
there.
said that they were...
Get
Hey.
to 147.
Y'all try to find a video while we playing the
with the
rest of it.
accent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cause if y'all haven't seen this lady,
Man, that
how
thing
fast was she going?
90 miles per hour
She
in
was
the
at least
35.
90, yeah.
90 miles in the 35. And it says she wasn't drunk. So
Right.
she went straight. She was trying to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Or she was trying to kill herself. That's crazy she ain't died.
Yeah.
I just know for a fact she died. Great day.
I was kind of curious. What is it? Did she hit or send them into the gas station?
I don't know. We have to watch
You gotta
it.
see it, man.
Y'all got it? Y'all got it yet, IT? Try to type in
She came through and
there you
she
go.
looked like one of them bowling balls that Benea threw last night.
Wow.
All right, press play on that. Watch how fast it happened, man.
Right. Here it comes.
If you blink, you miss it.
Yep. Got the traffic going, and yeah, 90 miles an hour. Rewind it, IT.
Sheesh.
All right, and damn, man, straight flames. So y'all, this is the actions of a strong black woman.
Strong,
right?
Black
Independent
woman.
black
This
woman.
independent black woman. They are killers. Have no remorse for anybody.
You know, she probably was asleep because I thought it was like she was in the flow of
Y'all can
traffic
take it
when
off.
she did it.
Yeah.
She probably had to have been asleep to do that.
Yeah.
To go head first into either that or she's suicidal.
Well, they said alleged. I don't know what the video. The video finna say what she was going through.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Play the
If we
video.
we'll go to 147 and we'll play the 253 because it goes what she was going through and then it says something crazy about California law too.
Got to deal with some ride, probably.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You already know
Nurse
the
who
story,
was shocking
huh?
up.
It's a classic
I
black
thought
American
he
woman
said
story.
ride. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Ride.
Yeah.
R-O-D.
The rod of correction.
Yeah.
Should be right there.
Oh man. Damn.
Bursting into flames upon colliding with multiple cars, setting at least 3 of them ablaze. Now, Linton was allegedly going 90 miles per hour in a 35 when she blew through a red light, hurling her Mercedes into a light pole. Now, the impact and resulting fire killed 23-year-old Asheray Ryan, her unborn child, 11-month-old son, Alonzo Quintero, her boyfriend, Reynold Lester as well. Now, Ryan was 8.5 months pregnant and en route to a prenatal checkup. The unborn baby has been named Armani Lester, according to the coroner's office. But the unborn child couldn't be included in Linton's charges, as an unborn child is not considered a human being here in California.
All right, pause that.
You
Pause
see that?
Yeah.
I'm glad you pulled that.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, though.
That's crafty counsel right there. Because when you have to include the fact of abortions that our women, our black women, our Hispanic sisters are predominantly doing, you now have to change the laws of the land, saying that, oh, when you start killing unborn babies now, it doesn't count, because it never counted as a life. Where back in older laws, you would get charged for that. If there was a pregnant woman who was killed by like a murderer, a rapist, anything like that, you would get charged for 2 murders. But now the laws are starting to change to where you're only getting charged for 1 murder.
Yep.
So that's crazy.
Which ain't in the laws of God. Y'all want to prove it? You getting the scripture, Cap?
Yeah,
Let's prove
this
it.
in
Exodus 21.
Yep.
Let's get it. Let's get it. We're going to show y'all that the laws today are slack. Give me that.
22.
Give me that in Habakkuk real quick about the law being slack. This is an example of American laws being slack and not holding people accountable. This is why America is the way that it is. This is why people think God loves everybody and you can be a homosexual and you can do whatever you want and you can get heaven. Because they think that God is in line with America, which he isn't. The Constitution ain't in the Bible. Your legislative mandates and clauses, that's not Bible. Read that.
This is Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, the law is slack.
The what?
The law is slack.
God says that the law is slack. Read.
And judgment doth never go forth.
That's what the officer was just talking about. True judgment for the actions of our people and the other nations never goes forth. Why? Because they frame mischief by law. They say if you kill a unborn child, well, that we can't charge you for that because that's not a real life. Read.
For the wicked doth compass about the righteous.
And the what?
The wicked doth compass about the righteous.
And guess what? More people will agree with that than what the Bible says. Go ahead, read that Exodus.
Exodus. Get that in Exodus 21:22.
This is Exodus chapter 21, verse 22. If men strive and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, he shall surely be punished.
Now, it says, if men strive and hurt a woman with child.
With what?
With child.
That's interesting. That means the baby ain't born yet, right?
Right. With child. So when you talking about the law is slack,
all right,
but they had you put your hand on the same very Bible that says while she's pregnant with child.
Right. That's interesting. So Cap, if I didn't know any better, that sounds like to me that America don't go by the Bible law.
Not at all.
One nation under God, right?
Right.
Not at all.
God we
what
trust.
What God are they talking about? Because it ain't the God of the Bible.
Right.
It is not the God of the Bible.
But I think it was last week or the week before when we brought out that they're trying to get men to pay child support
for babies,
for unborn children.
Dang. So you said,
this is the land of confusion.
This is the land of confusion. You is not lying about that. You can be non-white, identifying black Hispanic now. No, I'm non-black, identifying black African American Hispanic.
Cisgender.
Right. And I'm not a man, I'm a woman. Only on Thursdays.
Damn. So the same white man that used to cut the babies out of mother's wombs back in slavery, the same white man is saying the baby is not.
Well, look, he acquitted himself for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
It's heavy. That's heavy. So I kind of I went bankrupt. The crash was because she was dealing with baby daddy problems or man problems, right? Get in.
It wasn't really confirmed. They said there's a lot of different
stories.
Stories.
Because all her friends lying for her.
because all her friends are lying. Like earlier, I skipped past it, but
all her friends are lying?
Well, yeah, because they said they're all liars. But yeah, it could either be a drunk situation, which they denied, but her friend was saying, "Oh, we was both drinking at a bar before we went out.
Right.
She was drunk." And then there's another story saying, "Oh, I got mental health issues. I've already been diagnosed with mental health issues." And then the other one was it was a boyfriend. So they're trying to throw everything out there. You know, the lawyers are trying to throw.
Hey, give me that in the law where it says if you lie, you get the same punishment. This is Leviticus. What is Leviticus 19, ain't it? I want that because guess what? Our people today, we so quick to lie about something for somebody, and with no fear because there's no judgment that goes forth in this land. Yeah, false report.
Deuteronomy 19.
16. That it? Deuteronomy 19 and 16. Let me see. Talk to me now.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 19:16.
Read that, big dog.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 16. If a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him that which is wrong, then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before the Lord, before the priests and the judges, which shall be in those days.
Read.
And the judges shall make diligent inquisition. And behold, if the witness be a false witness and a testified falsely against his brother, then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother.
So these friends that's lying, guess what? They should be getting that 9 years, 9 manslaughter charges against them as well for lying.
Right.
Because guess what? At the end of the day, this is a sad story. 6 people died for recklessness. 6 lives are gone. That's somebody's mother, somebody's father, somebody's auntie, grandparent, whatever. They are gone because this lady, who's been in 15 accidents, probably shouldn't even be driving, makes a selfish action in what she wants to do. That's unbelievable, man. Wow. But we showing y'all what the Bible has the solutions for all of this stuff. Because I guarantee you, people ain't lying to the court if they looking at life when they lying.
Right.
Go ahead. You have something on that, Cap?
No.
All right, let's go to the next story.
Yes, sir. Go to current event number 3. We're going to kind of skip a little bit. Number 3 about Charlemagne the God. That guy. Yeah, him. We are going to start at the beginning and we'll stop at about 1 minute in.
That's pretty funny. Charlemagne the devil?
Possibly. The Breakfast Club.
All right, I'm gonna make this quick. It's just reinforcing a point. Donkey of the day for Monday, August 8th goes to every single individual who got a fraudulent PPP loan. Because if you haven't heard, President Biden signed a bill aimed at helping crack down on pandemic relief fund. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we practice to deceive. All right, there is not one single solitary human I know with good sense who participated in PPP fraud. Why? Because we all knew it was too good to be true. We all knew there was only one place fake LLC Twitter was going to end up, and that's in PPP prison. Okay, PPP period. And that's why a couple of days ago, President Joe Biden signed a pair of bills to assist prosecutors crack down on pandemic relief funds. Let's listen to what he had to say.
And today I'm signing 2 bipartisan bills that will give the federal and local prosecutors more time to hold criminals accountable for defrauding the American people during a once-in-a-century pandemic. The American people deserve to know that their tax dollars are being spent as intended. My message to those cheats out there is this: you can't hide. We're going to find you. We're going to make you pay back what you stole and hold you accountable under the law.
So now, and they're going to mention it, but I just wanted to pause at that point because we all understand that when it comes to the PPP loan, that majority of Jake brothers and sisters was getting involved in that. Right. Everyone's like, oh, this is that quick come up. This is going to be my get rich quick scheme. There's a lot of brothers getting Mercedes Benz, getting BMWs off of that thing, claiming that you have X amount going on in your business. So I'm $1 million Fortune 500 business. Oh, I need a loan because the pandemic is starting to hurt me now. So now you're starting to see that, yeah, we're wise to do evil. We were able to go in there, start looking at legislations and seeing, oh, hold on, we could get some extra money off this thing. But there's always a repercussion for that. And now the white man has to send judgment, which is God's judgment.
Hey, you know what's crazy about this, though? Esau do this for themselves. They've been doing this for hundreds of years. They've been falsifying the paperwork. You know how many government contracts have been handed to cousins that don't have a business? But when black people get involved, now it's, hey, we got to track them down. So, hey, don't be fooled so quickly. All it is guess what, black man? You can't roll like white people. You can't. This is further proof that we are not the same. You can't get away with what they get away with. They are coming. Any dollar you get, they want it back. This is not the land of your rest, as we continue to say. Show after show after show. Hey, play the video that Makai posted of the PPP loan.
Brother said it looked like where he said weekend at Bernie's.
Right.
Like, I'm about to ask me sweet.
It do look like that.
He do look sick, man.
It's the PPP song. I don't know if y'all see it or not.
Wow, for real?
It's toward the bottom. It should be one of the second to last videos sent. Yeah. Yep, there you go.
All right. This for y'all PPP loans.
Right, exactly.
What you doing? What you doing? With all that cash? With that cash. 20 bands. 20 bands. How you get that? From a scam. So you apply. Click, click. For a loan. Hit a lick. If you go to jail, please don't drop the soap. You scared me. Scared me. Blue acorn. Acorn. The money. Supposed to be for payroll. These people lying about they federal taxes. And they think it's sweet. Yeah, it's sweet. Till they make you pay it all back. Yeah. I know something was strange. Every dollar you make coming straight from the fraud. So if you work a regular job, tell me how you got that loan. Tell me how you got that loan. Got that PPP loan, girl. Tell me how you got that loan. If you still then keep it real, everybody watching this video right now, got a PPP loan too.
Hey, only Israel can do that, bro. Only Israel can do that.
Hey, but you know why Jake get like that? Because they lie on their taxes every year. Be filing for kids that ain't theirs.
Yep. Yep.
Hey,
That's
man.
why.
Hey, and I'm always say this, man. We oppressed, man. Bro, we worked for 276 years for free. We trying to find a way. Like, damn, man, it got to be a way up out of here.
Hey, bro, come on now.
Nah, but I'll say this,
Come on,
like the officer said, we do it the wrong way. Hey, let's bring that precept out that officer brought out last week, that Nehemiah 9:37. That was a cold precept. Cold precept. I've been thinking about that thing all week. I said, dang, I used to bring that out back in the day.
Back in the day.
Thinking Nehemiah 7. What was it? What was
9:37.
9:37. No, it ain't 9:37.
Oh, you think about our bodies.
Oh, yeah, bodies under the minute.
Yeah, I think it's 7. Oh, yeah, one of y'all brought it out. One of y'all twins brought it out.
Yeah. Oh, you forget? Come on, man.
I
I'm
got
talking
it
about
on
you.
precept.
You here with us? You here with us?
I'm trying to give him a compliment.
This is the book of Ezra, chapter 7, verse 26.
Yeah, there we go.
And whosoever will not do the law of thy God.
And what?
And whosoever will not do the law of thy God.
So in the laws of God, it says don't falsify the balances. All right? That's what it says. That's what PPP scammers were doing. They were falsifying the balances. Read.
And the law of the king, let judgment be executed speedily upon him.
How fast?
Speedily upon him.
See, this is what y'all don't understand. This is why the Bible is the greatest book for our people. But guess what? Y'all don't teach this in the Christian church.
Right.
I guarantee 99% of the PPP loan crew is in the Christian church.
In the Christian church.
And God says the laws don't stand.
Oh, Lord.
Read.
Whether it be unto death.
So when you break the laws, you get punishment unto death. Read.
Or to banishment.
Unto banishment.
Or to confiscation of goods.
Confiscation of goods, meaning they coming for that check.
Right.
Read.
Or to imprisonment.
Or what?
Imprisonment.
Or you going to jail. Now give me that in Romans 12 real quick.
Damn.
13.
13, yep.
Give me that in Romans 13. On the flip side, y'all, guess what? That ain't got to be you. That ain't got to be you. All you got to do is what the Bible says, and you going to be all right. Read that.
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 1.
Hey, and this is why the Christian church hate us, and this is why the Israelites hate us.
You got the devil.
Because they're like, damn, how they do all this, and they ain't getting locked up, they ain't getting arrested, they ain't this, they ain't that. How they able to mobilize all these men in different cities? They got to be doing something wrong. Read.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
Because guess what? Our souls are subject unto the higher powers. Read.
For there is no power but of God.
Because we understand, guess what? As sleepy as Joe Biden is, God put him there.
Right.
God put his sleepy ass in office. And we ain't got no problem doing what he tells us to do because guess what? It's going to be in line with what God wants for right now. Read.
The powers that be are ordained of God.
Hold on, read that again.
The powers that be are ordained of God.
The people that are in powerful positions, God placed them there. Read.
Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God.
Y'all see that? It's that simple. So when you go against your government, when you go against the police, when you go against the military, obviously if they ain't telling you to eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, they tell you to go against the laws of God. We're not getting down like that. But telling you to go 35 in a school zone, telling you to file paperwork, to pay your taxes, ain't nothing wrong with that. Some of y'all got a problem with that. Telling you to have a legal driver's license. Negroes get upset and mad. No, I ain't doing that. That ain't against God, y'all.
Hey, Cap.
Yeah.
I know a real life story. Before I found out about the truth, almost got caught up in that foolishness.
Right.
Brothers talking about they sovereign. He wasn't saying that when police came and kicked
There
in the
you go.
front door.
There you go. Yeah, you sovereign, all right.
Oh, man.
You
Hey,
ain't,
Cap,
yeah.
I'm gonna back you up on that. Why they see us moving like we move, but they don't see us getting caught up in that.
Right.
Get that in 2 Thessalonians. Get 3 and 14. Then we'll jump back up to 10.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 14. And if any man obey not our word by this epistle, note that man, and have no company with him.
And do what?
And have no company with him.
Hey, man, you ain't gonna be rolling with us and getting us caught up in that, man. Go ahead.
That he may be ashamed.
Jump up to verse 10.
Verse 10. For even when we were with you, this we commanded, that if any would not work, neither should he eat.
So we ain't doing the foolishness that we used to do, and prior to coming into this truth, and we gonna make sure that we move orderly.
There you go. There you go. Sir. All right, let's go to the next one, officer. We went a little long. I just looked at the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right,
we're going
I'll do one more current event. Go to current event number 5. This one's good.
This one's good.
Yeah. I'm ready to get in them schools.
Yeah, for real.
School days.
Too cruel for school.
Number 5, surveillance video.
Mumbo number
video.
5. Mumbo jumbo number 5.
Yep, there we go. Start at the very beginning.
I'ma leave that
actually start 43 seconds in. 43 seconds in, my bad.
Album will be out soon.
And go to 3:35. All right, we good.
P.
And then he tries to actually restrict her movement. That part is coming up now.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Start at the beginning. My bad. This is the part I wanted to pause at. Go to the beginning. Damn.
That's the Instagram and OnlyFans model who claimed to be a victim after she stabbed her African-American boyfriend to death. Clinty, new information has been released that shows the historical violence of this particular murder suspect. Here it is. Okay. They're on the elevator.
she crazy.
Obviously, she's upset. She strikes him, continues to physically assault the man she later decided to murder.
Wow.
As you see, he is attempting to defend himself. He is not striking her back. And then he tries to actually restrict her movement. That part is coming up now. Unsuccessful attempts here.
She crazy.
Now remember, the narrative from her side is that he attacked her. If you remember the first time I reported on this story, I highlighted her own friends who said, you know what? We don't really buy her story.
Okay, there we go. So right there is I wanted to highlight the difference when you have white people and within her white circle of friends, you see them being like, nah, that ain't right. What she's doing don't add up. But when it comes to our people, we're willing to cover for lies. We're willing to cover for sins. But even amongst the own nations, they don't do that. That's how far We have come away from God's laws because we are taught that we are nothing. We're Gentiles. We're thugs. That under Christianity, we can do whatever we want as long as we believe in Jesus. Meanwhile, the other nations, they still have a sense of morals and upstanding. But go a little bit further. It should have like a little part with text. That's right. Just kind of scroll through a little bit. Scroll through. Right there. Start there. So this kind of goes into the account of what happened before he died.
Prosecutors released video showing Courtney Clenny attacking Christian Obumseli in the elevator of their Miami apartment. This happened February 21st. The defendant was aggressively attacking Christian, said the Miami-Dade state attorney, who called the young man a victim of domestic violence. She said the couple had been involved in an extremely difficult and combative relationship since November of 2020. That's noted for the record. So the girlfriend was reportedly arrested following a domestic violence incident in Vegas in July of last year. Rundle said police had responded to numerous domestic disturbance complaints about the couple, and their building's management was moving to evict them. An arrest report said prior incidents with the model being physically violent with the victim ultimately led to her arrest. The violent and toxic two-year relationship of them both did not have to end in tragedy, with Christian's murder as a victim of domestic violence, the prosecutor added. Let's put up that picture. Let me remind you of the picture that she decided to put up.
Okay, so right here, I kind of skipped a little bit, but right here, basically, she had like an OnlyFans, and this was posted on her OnlyFans. She did that the moment she killed him. She made that picture and posted up on her OnlyFans. So this is the kind of environment that we're breeding within society. That it's okay to be in this lustful state as a people, to go about going on Instagram, OnlyFans, all these porn sites, and then for our brothers to follow after that and get with these crazy white women. Because we'll tell you time and time again, as Deuteronomy 7:3 says, the Most High don't want us with these other nations. They messed up in the head. They crazy.
There you go.
Hey, my only issue, and I ain't trying to knock the brother. I hate to hear a brother got killed, but he keeps saying he a victim.
Right.
They saying they got a. Why are you there?
2020.
Why
They
you
had
there,
it.
bruh? She going upside your head, and clearly, hey, I get a brother restraint because we seen what happened to Ray Rice.
Right.
We seen how that story.
I was thinking about that.
Should have Ray Rice for us.
Yeah. See,
who else? Remember the other one that said
it just happened this summer.
Ex-football player. She put the cameras in the crib.
Yeah.
He
had about 14 cameras in the crib.
Should have did that to him too, right?
Bruh.
They still be alive.
Hey, you can go to Joshua 23 real quick. So I
Bring it
said,
out.
I ain't. I don't like to hear a brother got put down, but he put himself in that situation. The same way sisters, they be in some abusive relationships and they just sit there.
Yep. But didn't it say they lived in a high rise downtown Miami? They ain't cheap, man. So that lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we'll take things that ain't normal just to have that lifestyle.
Yeah.
This is Joshua chapter 23, verse 12. Else, if you do go.
Start at verse 11.
Verse 11. Take good heed, therefore, unto yourselves, that ye love the Lord your God.
And like we've been harping on, the Christian church don't teach our people what that means. Like Officer quoted the law. We're not supposed to have interracial marriage. That is in the Bible, old and new. So he said, take heed unto yourself. Read.
Else if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them, and go in unto them, and they to you. Know for a certainty that the Lord your God will no more drive out any of these nations from before you.
Come on.
But they shall be snares and traps unto you, and scourges in your sides, and thorns in your eyes, until you perish from off this good land which the Lord your God hath given you.
She literally was a knife thorn in the brother's side.
Right.
Yeah. Knife thorn in the, and it says for a certainty, meaning there's no, it's crazy. From when I was a little kid and I seen what happened to OJ, that was enough for me. I was good with that. Damn. I don't understand what's wrong with these brothers, man. You got a ton of examples every year. Brothers still tripping. So when you talking about he a victim, man, that brother, he did that to himself.
Hey, we got a comment that says, damn, poor dude, that's crazy as hell. But like you said, these are the things that are not taught in the churches, not taught in our homes, because we've been fighting for equality for so long. I just want to back you up with one right quick. Sirach 12, 13, and 14, because you already brought the law out. I'm just going to back that up because this is why we have to go back to keeping God's commandments.
Yep.
You know?
This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
Will come near what?
Wild beasts.
Wild beasts. Go ahead.
So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him and his sins, who will pity?
Who will pity? Because you've been defiled with these other nations, and like I said, hey, you know, the brother wouldn't tolerate that with a sister, because like Officer said, when he said, why ain't he Ray Rice? That's what brothers be doing.
Right.
You know, you ain't gonna sit there and just get beat on, man.
Hey, I gotta add on to this.
Go ahead.
Whether y'all believe it or not, this is the reason why we even started off as a nation in captivity. Y'all understand that, right?
Yeah. Yep. Bring it out.
The reason why we even started our life as Israelites in captivity in Egypt was because of interracial marriage. The reason why the nation of Israel split into two kingdoms was because of interracial marriage.
Yep.
Two very, very integral parts of our walk and our history was what happened because we could not restrain from being in other nations, being amongst them. For some reason, we have this affinity with our oppressors that we can't see right. We can't see straight. We see stars when we see the white man, a white woman. Read that in Tobit 4 and start at verse 12. We're gonna read now. Because a lot, when I say a lot, I mean a lot of people, they push interracial marriage.
Yep.
They push interracial marriage on. It's sickening when I'm on TikTok and I see them all together and they like swirling and all this, you know, because today's society, everything's accepted. But when you open up the Bible, guess what? That's not in there, y'all. Interracial marriage is not in the Bible. Let's take this call. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name, question, or comment, and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Hey, what's going on, brother? What's your question or comment?
Well, what you guys are saying, and what you guys are saying is very true, and what I wanted to say is that I also have like family already with white women, or you know, that deal with white women,
right?
And they do that.
Yep.
So no, everything you're bringing out is so very true.
All praises. Hey, matter of fact,
go ahead. Excuse me. Go ahead.
No, you
I was
good.
gonna say, I've been looking to you guys. You know, I'm not. I'm just brother. Well, I don't know if you want to call it brother, but I talked with Officer Nathan in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and so, but what you guys are saying is totally correct, man. That's really crazy. So that's, you know, dealing with these other nations, it is because they do that.
Right.
They come at you, you know, you can't be in line with them because they're not your line.
Right. There you go. There you go. 100%.
That's what I wanted just to say that.
Hey, all praise, brother.
You know, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just said all praise to the Most High. We appreciate you for calling in. All right.
All right. Thank you, brother.
All right. Hey, that brother made it out the cartel, man. All praise to the Most High, man. We got my boy down there. He with the what's the cartel on the show?
The Navarro cartel.
The Navarro cartel. He made it out.
Man.
He made it out of the Ozarks.
Oh, man.
Hey, all praise for calling in, bro. We always love our callers. So all praise to the Most High. Northern Kingdom got to break the ice today. But we got to go back to the scriptures, y'all. This ain't Patient Saints. Give me that scripture.
Man.
Tobit chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom.
Be what?
Beware of all whoredom.
Beware of all whoredom. Let's see what God calls whoredom. Read.
My son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Do what?
and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
The Bible says to take a wife, not your oppressors.
Right.
Read.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
And do what?
And take not a strange woman to wife.
A strange woman is somebody that is not in line with the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Read.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Uh-huh.
For we are the children of the prophets.
For what?
For we are the children of the prophets.
For we are the children of the prophets. Read.
Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Uh-huh.
Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning.
That our fathers from the beginning. What?
Even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
You see that? How you going to get around that? How are you going to get around that, Christian pastor? That's pushing interracial marriage.
Oh, Lord.
Read.
And were blessed in their children.
And they were what?
Were blessed in their children.
So hold on. Not only did they stay within their race, they were blessed for doing so. A lot of people would call you a separatist, a nationalist, a racist for not indulging in the other nations. But God says they were blessed for doing this. Keep reading.
And their seed shall inherit the land.
And what?
And their seed shall inherit the land.
Keep reading.
Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren.
Hold on. Everybody wants to talk about love. Y'all even say the two greatest commandments
Right.
is to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and soul, and to love your neighbor as you love yourself.
That's right.
Well, how do you love your neighbor if you ain't willing to marry your own neighbor?
Right.
You ain't willing to lay down with the sister that looks like you.
Right.
That ain't loving your own people. Read that verse again.
Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
You see that? It says, despise not in thine heart thy brethren. Hey, Shalom caller, what's your name, question, or comment, where you calling from? Caller.
Calling from Akron, Ohio.
Hey, Shalom, what's your question or comment?
Shalom. My question is, I have a lady friend. She was dating a white guy.
Mm-hmm.
She broke up with him while she was living with him. She met me. I told her about the truth. I'm somewhat in the truth, not all the way in it, but I've been online reading before, but I don't follow all of the commandments because
Okay.
I don't know them all.
Okay.
But I've just been in it for about a year and a half.
Okay.
So we want to know, because me and her like each other now.
Right.
We want to know is, since she was dating a white man, can she leave him and be with me?
Is she Israelite?
Yeah, she's an Israelite.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, listen. All things are done away, all things are new. Understand? Hey, a lot of these brothers up here at the table slept with white women. They did all manners of dirt, and guess what? They repented of their sins. So same thing with the sisters. All right. So yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
The thing is, my congregation is telling me that.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. You said you in the truth. You watching? What congregation you talking about?
We a small congregation in my city.
Okay,
We're
I
just
got
a
you. I'm
real
messing with
small
you.
Congregation, just getting started.
You talking? Is it IUIC?
So they're telling me, huh?
IUIC, or you with another camp?
I'm in another camp.
Okay,
But
okay.
I'm thinking about going into IUIC because I be thinking sometimes the doctrine ain't all the way right.
Okay. So let me hear your question again.
So we want to know if we can be together because my congregation is telling us that we can't be together
Because she slept with a white woman at one
another
point.
man.
Yeah, well, if she's legally married, she has to get a divorce, and y'all in the midst of
she's not
adultery right now.
legally
Okay. Well, she needs to get out of that situation. If you are with her, y'all need to get married, meaning paperwork, not sleeping together and shacking up. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
All right. That sounds like
She
some
still
confusion.
living with that guy?
Free to go.
Yeah. She's not bound by that.
That's what I thought. Thank you. Like I said, I'm trying to find out how can I get into the camp in Columbus.
Okay.
Because I'm in Akron and I want to move to Columbus and get inside you guys' camp.
Got you. Call the number 855-484 855-484-4842, and we'll get you in touch with the school out there in Columbus.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
right.
you so much.
All praise to the Most High, bro.
Yep.
All right. Now, I want to say this while he's offline. Hopefully he's still listening. Listen, you brothers and sisters, if you out there having sex with another man or another woman, and y'all not married, meaning legally married, that is fornication, and you need to get married.
Yep.
Y'all understand that? Give me that in Exodus real quick, because, hey, this the LIONZ Den. We're going to solve the problems that our people deal with. We going to solve the problems that our people deal with. Give me that Exodus. If a man lie down with a woman, what he's supposed to do with her.
This is Exodus chapter 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid.
If a man entice a maid.
That is not betrothed.
That is not betrothed, read.
And lie with her.
You laying down, you having sex, you getting the draws, whatever you getting the doonies, whatever you want to call it. Y'all are having relations. Because I know Israel, they like to act like they don't know what's going on. Brother say, nah, we didn't have sex. She just sucked it a few times. Brother,
facts.
Brother, y'all had sex.
It was an entanglement.
Right, yeah, an entanglement. We make up every word under the sun.
Oh boy.
Even this scripture don't get straight to it. It says entangle.
I don't know how you
The
caught
most
me
I
off guard
said,
with that.
the most I said, what he said? Entice. Read.
And lie with her.
Lie with her, read.
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Hold on. Did it say maybe?
Surely endow her to be his wife.
You got to make that woman your wife. Ain't no boyfriends, ain't no girlfriends in Israel. Now, like we all stated, I came in with a fiance, so I thought. A lot of other brothers came in with girlfriends, so they thought. And guess what? When you read the scriptures, you get the understanding. You got to repent, and you got to apply what the Bible says. All right, so that's just for everybody else. If you watching, y'all together, y'all got a job together, y'all sleeping together, you need to get married. Hey, Shalom caller, what's your name, question, comment, where you calling from?
Yes, hello, man, brother Jeremiah. I just like the question you guys were saying today about mate. The most important thing I would say to anybody, please get married before. Listen to you guys first, because you don't want your kids or your wife to be hurt, because if you break God's laws, God is going to forsake your seed. Because look what's going on in this world.
Right.
A lot of children is being molested because their parents are not there to guide their children. Please, guys, follow after the commandments.
Absolutely. We appreciate you for calling in, Brother Jeremiah.
Thank you.
All praise to the Most High. So, exactly what he's saying.
Keep the commandments.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here first. He said, keep the commandments.
Keep the commandments.
He said, get married. Get married. Right. Prove that, sister. Take counsel. Do all these things before y'all have sex. Because once you do that, you in too deep. Figuratively and literally. You may be in too deep. So, read Tobit 4 in verse 13.
Verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them.
So understand, y'all. Y'all got to understand, the Bible says that you are despising your own people when you don't take those that look like you. You have hatred for your own people. Keep reading. It's going to say it.
For in pride is destruction, and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want.
Read.
For lewdness is the mother of famine.
That's where we at right now as a people. We are a famished people. We famished spiritually. We famished financially. We famished in every time, morally. Why? Because we went away from applying the commandments of God. We went away from, I remember in a community, everybody, even me being young, when you grew up, most of the people in the city, they would marry somebody that you knew, so to speak. Now, you get out, you marry somebody, you trying to marry a white woman in the middle of Nebraska. Brothers go off and bring anybody home. You remember that was saying, don't bring a certain type of person home.
Cap, you in the spirit.
Go ahead, bring it out.
Because
I know you came up with that saying.
Two things. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Black mothers back then was like, "You bet not."
Mm-hmm. There you go.
All right.
There
I mean,
you go.
we all knew that.
Yep, you knew that.
We all knew that, and we all knew that one brother that went against that, because you didn't. It wasn't like today. It wasn't.
Right.
You had that one brother that was still like in Numbers 25. You still gonna bring Becky up in here. But I'm gonna tell you something. This what's so heavy about the scripture you bringing out. If we could jump back up to 5, this is verse 5. This is why it's so important to have your father in the house, and this is why the other nations seek to destroy us where the father ain't in the house, laying down these laws like we read. Read that.
This is Tobit, chapter 4, verse 5. My son.
Read that again.
My son.
My son. Go ahead.
Be mindful of the Lord our God all thy days, and let not thy will be set to sin.
So then when you jump down to what we just read, he's already admonishing him to be mindful of the Lord. Don't put your mind to sin. And we know that this is sin when you go outside your race.
That's heavy.
Hey, mama said if she can't share your comb, don't bring her home.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Somebody, you made it up. Somebody just wrote that. They wrote it. They wrote it at the same time you said it.
I did not even see that.
That show you that was common. That was common knowledge for us.
Yeah, that's funny.
Somebody wrote it at the same exact time. If she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. Damn.
Somebody said, "Man, we need this topic out more often."
Right. We ain't even gonna get to the topic. We ain't even gonna get to the topic.
We gonna hop into it.
Speaking of that, let's go to a quick commercial. If y'all got the commercials ready, let's go to the visit IUIC, and we gonna get ready to get into the main topic today. All right. While they getting that, we'll keep talking. All right. I'm gonna let y'all handle the second half.
Yes, sir.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord. And the what? And the Lord. Shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. With what? With ships.
How the hell he know all these precepts, man? My pastor Gino ain't never gave me this precept. How this dude know all these precepts? Man, Gino, bro, I'm gonna have to talk to him, bro. How do I call these brothers, man? Damn, I gotta figure out how to call them.
Brother. Yeah, brother, I'm talking to you.
Me?
Are you watching IUIC Orlando in the classroom?
I mean, yeah. What's up?
What's your name, brother?
Brother Ray.
Ray?
Yeah.
How long you been watching, Ray?
About 450 days. I think, yeah.
Days?
Yeah, 400, yeah.
So, why haven't you came yet?
You know, my baby mama got my car, and
Stop playing games. Call the number now, man.
I don't know how to reach out.
Listen, there's a phone number that's been going across the screen, all our videos, in the description of the video. You call, and then you come to the school. You already part of us. You ain't got to go through no boot camp. You ain't got to get beat up. You ain't got to get jumped in. Ain't nothing happen. All you got to do is call the number and go to the school nearest you, Israel.
And it's free, too.
And it's free. All right?
Like it's supposed to be.
So with that, we say shalom.
Shalom, this is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I have an important message about your leaders in the Christian church. Your bishops, pastors, reverends, and ministers are all lying to you and leading you straight to damnation. The truth is, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the biblical Israelites, according to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Jesus Christ is a black man with white wool hair, according to Revelation chapter 1. Verses 14 and 15. We as the Israelites must keep the commandments in the faith of Christ to receive salvation, as it is written in Revelation chapter 14, verse 12. I've challenged and debated Christian authorities all over the world on these issues. Not one of them has been able to negate this truth. Your pastors have led you astray, worshiping pagan holidays and false gods, just as in the days of old. So join us on our mission to restore the true nation of Israel before the decree goes forth. The work is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Visit our website at israelunite.org or call us at 855-484-4842 to learn more and visit our schools. Shalom.
Watch how we move, watch how we work, we coming for dividends. The profits are back in purple and gold, our fringes they blow in the wind. We out on the block, we teaching our people repenting, come out of their sins. Genesis and 40, now we wanted Jacob's kids. Watch how we move, watch how we work, we coming for dividends. The profits are back in purple and gold, our fringes they blow in the wind. We out on the block, we teaching our people repenting, come out of their sins. Genesis and 40, now we wanted Jacob's kids.
Oh, praise.
All right, we back. Hey, so
back with the topic.
Gideon, what we got next?
Yes, sir. So we got going right into Too Cruel for School. The topic
Too cool?
Too cruel.
Too cruel. Okay.
The cruelty and cruel.
All right.
Cruelty in our school system. So we're gonna start off with this Instagram video first.
Man, this was crazy, right?
Yeah,
here.
yeah. No, I really like that. Was something else.
Yeah.
It was a good video, Cap.
Push play.
Yeah.
Teachers at Yale showed teachers this video clip of 4 preschool students. Their instructions: look for misbehavior and click when you see it. The study was kind of deceptive. None of the kids in the video actually misbehaved. The researchers were using eye tracking software. What they actually wanted to study was who the teachers were watching. Both black and white teachers spent significantly more time watching the black boy in the video. This study showed that even preschool teachers can treat kids differently based on their race without even realizing it. Look elsewhere in the US school system and you'll see this show up in other ways, like at this middle school in Bryan, Texas. They gave students tickets for offenses like disrupting class or using profanity. Black students were 4 times more likely than white students to receive those tickets. Nationwide, black boys miss way more school due to suspensions than any other group. And this can start a kind of chain reaction. Missing weeks of school due to suspensions makes students much more likely to drop out. Without a diploma, you're much less likely to earn a living wage and much more likely to be incarcerated. All this missing school is helping to drive the highest poverty and incarceration.
All right. So it's showing that racism, that bias is what give me one of your big words. You know, I don't want to say it's innately in these other nations, because they said none of the people did anything wrong. None of the kids did anything wrong, but yet the black kid was the one that was basically on trial.
There's there's actually another study that Harvard does. I don't know. We probably don't have it pulled up, but maybe if IT can find it, it's the same sort of thing, and it's a free resource you can use online. Where, and I seen, like, it was like a Dateline or 60 Minutes episode where this woman who's like super pro-black activist, Harvard professor, she teaches African American studies, all this stuff. She took the test on racial bias, and it does things like kind of like the blue-eye, green-eye test that you that the Edomite woman does, but it tests your racial bias, and you have to make quick decisions about who's good, who's bad, who's good, who's pretty, who's ugly, things like that. And even herself, when the results came up, she leaned more towards favoring whiteness. And that goes to show you the intense amount of witchcraft that occurs here in America. Can I actually get a precept on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nahum chapter 3 and verse 4 and 5. Because it's, I mean, I learned about this in college in behavioral science classes I had, but all these very benign sort of operant conditioning, or we're always conditioned to believe a certain way against our own people. What? The marketing does it. Movies do it, all kind of thing. Anytime you see anything black, it's always painted in a negative light. Come on.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
The well-favored harlot is America. Come on.
The mistress of witchcraft.
It says she's the mistress of witchcraft. She has gone to great depths in order to promote her witchcrafts, which our people fall under that spell as well. Come on.
That selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft.
Verse 5.
Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts.
It says the Most High God is against that and the evil that they perpetuate here. Come on.
And I will discover thy skirts upon thy face.
And he's going to expose the evil that's being done. And he's doing it through the prophets nowadays. We have stuff like this. We bring it out on the radio. And when we go on the street and teach, so we can be able to identify what's going on with this country. Come on.
And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
So every bit of evil and witchcraft that America is pushing is going to get revealed in its time. Thus saith the Lord.
Hey, it goes into it's just a Jedi mind trick, right? That whole is trying to portray all the black kids are being mistreated in the school, so they should get treated better, right? A kid's not supposed to be in the school,
right?
That's the whole thing with our people. We shouldn't have to worry about how they get treated in the school system because they shouldn't even be in that system. Revelation 18:4 said, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers in her sin. So all your kids, all your parents who have kids in those schools, your kids are going to partake in the sins that's going to be going on with the schools, with the transsexuals, the babies, and all that stuff like that. Our kids are not supposed to be in the school system, period, anyway. But that whole little thing is they're trying to portray that, our kids are getting done bad. Meanwhile, they shouldn't be up in that joint.
Right. Hey, IT, you could pull up the picture I just sent you a while ago. I was just going to back you up on that because that for real, that ain't nothing new. I remember when I was kindergarten, the first thing was, Weekend America, first thing was, oh, he's hyperactive. My pops used to come up there like, all right, so what's the problem with the school, with the grades? It's like nothing. You can take the call.
Hey, Shalom caller, what's your name and what's your comment or question?
Well, I didn't go earlier, but I just want to say, I was like that kid who y'all just showed because I was in ESC classes and stuff like that when I was in school. And I remember they told my mom, my dad, I was slow. I couldn't read or write or do anything. But later on in life, I have proved them wrong. And definitely, you can't fall with Esau because, they wanted to put me in prison and all that, put me in a bad system. But thank God for the Most High. Right now I'm doing well right now. Right now I'm a manager at Walmart right now. Even things
all praises.
Thank God for the Most High because let me tell y'all, man, please do not take our kids out of these schools, man, and homeschool them because Esau want them going to create a jail system because I work with a bunch of Edomites. Believe me, bro, and I work down in South Florida. These white people are so dumb and stupid, and it scratched me. It's like when you work around Esau, you're like, how y'all make it? And it's like, that's one thing I just want to say, man.
All praises, all praises. Yeah, and we're going to prove what you said as we go on with this. But we thank you for your comment and keep watching, brother.
And it all come from those, I don't want to call them dumb like that, but it was dumb. Back in the 60s, MLK realized what? He was integrating with a burning house. We wanted to keep integrating, get our kids in the schools. No, we should have kept the same schools, same businesses. This is what integration done for us. Like, for example, that brother right there on that story you telling about. And ain't nothing wrong, ain't nothing to be wrong with us. But we in their school system.
All right. Hey, you could pull it. You could read that real quick. It's going back into the school system.
School. place or institution devoted to teaching and learning. In the early history of Israel, the home was the primary agency for religious training, which was imparted chiefly through conversation, example, and imitation. All teaching was religiously oriented.
So right. So in our history,
what book is that?
That's the Zondervan contradiction.
Bro.
That's fine.
Go to Second Maccabees real quick.
Bruh.
Second Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 27.
Bring it out.
Because homeschooling, that's always been, and hey, all praise to the Most High. When we first came in the body, we found out about that. Listen, that was like one of the first things we did. That was one of the best things. I remember picking up my daughter one day. Edomite came up to me, start teaching the kids the truth. They started to dress differently. And he tried to basically have a conversation about my oldest child and making it seem like she's making this stuff up. So I looked at him in his face. I said, no, I told her that. He was like, oh. And he backed away from the call. Read that real quick.
Second Maccabees chapter 7, verse 27. But she, bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn, spoke in her country language on this manner. O my son, have pity upon me that bore thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education.
Right, sisters homeschooling. And like I said, you got your religious instruction, you got everything in the home. So there was no, you had to worry about them celebrating no pagan holidays and all that kind of stuff. So absolutely, man.
Hey, and what's heavy about what you just brought out? That's why part of that crafty counsel is having our women getting better education, better paying jobs, so on and so forth. And now, I was watching how you got sisters. I remember when I first started seeing sisters like throwing garbage, right? And I was like, something is just really wrong with this. Like, because to me, that's a manly job. Right. And now you got sisters doing that. And now you got sisters driving trucks and stuff like that. And they staying way away from the house. Who's raising the children? Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name, comment, or question?
Shalom. My name is Donna. I'm calling from Maryland. And I just wanted to make a comment about the school system. When my son was in 4th grade, he's basically a quiet child. And the school had brought out a whole panel of psychiatrists and all of these different school administrators to find out why my son is so quiet. So because they think he was too quiet. So they were trying to base their emphasis on his education, that because he's too quiet, they think something was wrong with him. So I said, so because he's quiet, you deem that you have a mental issue? And the principal was just looking at me like, yeah. I was like, no, he don't have a mental issue. I said, the issue is you all in the school that have the problem. My son don't have an issue because he's quiet and he's paying attention in the class. So I asked, I said, is he getting his work done? Or what is the issue? But they really couldn't answer. So I realized what they were doing at that point is to classify him, put him in a box, as to say, well, okay, because they haven't offered to put him on medication and stuff like that. I said, hell no, he's not. None of that is going on.
Hey, was that like an interracial school? I asked you the question. Was it that was an interracial school with like white kids and white teachers in it, or what kind of school was it?
Yeah, they have. I'm in DC. Not DC. I'm in Maryland. In fact, and the school is all manner of different.
So it had white teachers and things of that nature, right?
Yes, all of the teachers.
Yeah. That's a white thing. That's the Esau. That's a white thing. I went to an all black and Hispanic school from 1st to 9th grade. I never heard of ESC and none of that stuff like that. We never had none of those issues. It was a parochial school, but it was all blacks and Hispanics in the school. All black teachers. I never had no friends that were special needs. None of that. I didn't know none of that until I went to
I never grew up
a public school.
I never grew up in any
like 10th grade.
I came from from Guyana, and I never grew up with any of that. So when I first came here and I heard of all these different classification of where to put kids, it was like baffling to me. But I kind of caught on really fast about what their special ed programs were and all these different things. Because the education that I got, it was a little different from over here. Our education in the islands is somewhat a little higher than a lot of the education that they get here, to some degree. But anyway, so they try to put my son in a situation. So I immediately, me and his dad spoke, and I spoke to his dad about it. And, you know, after that, they never contacted me regarding putting him anywhere except to, when he comes to school, to do his work, because there was no way that I was going to tolerate them putting my son in it or trying to give him medication because they deem him whatever they think he is.
And what you'll find out is that
I kind of shut that down pretty much. Yeah.
What you'll find out, sis, they do a lot of that to our black kids over here. And like you were saying, Officer Michael, there's programs where they make money off of that. So they'll label our kids and won't be nothing wrong with them. But we appreciate your call and continue to watch, sister, all right? Yeah, go ahead.
When I was in undergrad, we actually were shown a study about how labeling affects children. It's called labeling theory. And it was a group of kids that one group, even if they did well, they would be chastised and talked down upon. Their outcomes years down the later, they ended up having problems in and out of jail, things like that. But the kids who did the bad stuff, they were still praised, and they had great outcomes. Bankers, lawyers, doctors, all kind of things. Crazy.
Shalom, caller. What's your name, question, or comment?
Shalom, most time. Christ bless this brother Joe.
What's going on, bro?
No, I just want to comment. On the, what's going on. They did me like that as a child, really. Mostly mine wasn't like, they saying, oh, he got ADHD, but I used to be like a jokester, have control over the almost every class, like they're like, we gotta separate him. They put me in something what they called it. They got me in there with like damn, look, like not, the special ed. I'm gonna say special ed. I ain't gonna be disrespectful. They got me in there with special ed people. Why? And when I know in my right mind, my grades is good and all that, but they just like single me out. Then my point is, they sent me to a doctor. They said the only way you'll stay in school is just you take this medicine. He told me the two things. This was an old Edomite. He said it's two things that gonna help you survive in the world is taking a pill and knowing how to swim. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
so what happened?
What is that?
Did you take the medicine?
Yeah, when I took it, like, it made me like all calm and like I'm just reading, like I don't know, I'm just reading out. I don't know, it made me like I was on. It actually, I was on like probation. They got some type of meth in it, like to where it make you like concentrate. It made me concentrate, like I'm just quiet, and that ain't me.
Right,
that ain't
right.
That ain't right, bro. Like, that shit ain't right, bro.
Okay, hey, we appreciate you for calling. Continue to watch, and we gonna get back and try to get a couple more of these articles out the way. Appreciate you, bro. What's the next one we got?
Yes, sir. It's the video y'all got right now. Ohio schools.
Hey, hold the calls for a minute, man. Let's try to get through some of these.
Yes, sir. Yeah, most definitely. Just go through the whole thing. All right, we'll probably stop at 133 actually.
In Iowa,
School district over their new gender policies that were rolled out behind parents' backs. New rules allow children as young as 12 years of age to choose a new gender, new pronouns, a new name, and the option to participate with their preferred gender in gym class. Nicole Neely, founder and president of Parents Defending Education, which brought the suit, joins me now. Nicole, my initial reaction was, Iowa? How is this happening in the heart of traditional American values?
Isn't it astonishing? If it can happen in Iowa, it can happen anywhere. And that's one of the reasons that we thought it was so important to bring this lawsuit, to show that this is the kind of thing that parents have to keep an eye out no matter where they live.
The lawsuit claims these gender support plans authorize children to make fundamentally important decisions without parental involvement, to then hide these decisions from parents. Why do they think it's appropriate to give a child this sort of power and responsibility?
Right. As you said, beginning in 7th grade, the child's decision takes precedence over that of the family. And the school actually, this is a district where parental approval is needed to give a child aspirin. Yet they're encouraging children to create these support plans, hide this information from their parents, essentially lead a double life, which is terrifying because they're encouraged, and really I think the school district is implying that families are not safe. It's putting that idea in children's heads that they won't be accepted, but we as a school district will, which is horrifying.
Nicole, why does it seem...
Hey, you know what, Officer Michael, you went to school out there in Iowa, right? They say that's a place of traditional values.
Hey, this is all white stuff. White. The only people out there was black was the football team and basketball team. And we all stuck together. Hey, Romans 13:11. Knowing that the time is now, the time that now it is high time to awaken. People, I'm trying to tell you, I'm an example. This don't go on in black schools with black teachers. All this stuff is integrated. The brother that called in the AA was integrated ESC on that bull crap. This is some Edomite stuff, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get back to at least going to black schools run by black teachers and black students. I'm telling you, that's all the example. The lady brought her son over here from the islands. She ain't had to deal with none of that stuff. This is all the white man's public school system. I didn't go to a integrated school till about 10th grade, and it was way different. It was way more free in terms of just doing whatever the hell you wanted to do.
Hey, but wasn't that last week when we seen the sister who was all about the transgender stuff?
Yeah.
So our people, even though we might have black schools, they might still even be bought in on Esau's agenda, especially if they are sisters, man.
Yeah.
That thing's
and
crazy.
One thing Esau does to combat it too is, I'm a testament of it, because when I was I think it was sophomore year in high school, I went from a predominantly white school to a right. So predominantly white school to a predominantly black school, and I think most of the stuff I learned in sophomore year we learned in 7th grade. No, I was good.
Okay.
But most of the stuff I learned, we learned in 7th grade in Esau's education systems.
Yeah.
So what they do, they give our children a worse education where you're learning stuff that they learned in middle school. So then what it does is the parents, they feel need to try and bring you to the white schools to get you a better education. That's what they do.
No, one of the predominantly white high schools I was going to at the time, the one he was talking about, a lot of the Jake kids that was going there, those were kids that were in the inner city, and the parents was figuring out ways to get their kids all the way from the inner city, which the schools wasn't accredited at, and bringing them all the way up to those wider schools. But again, like Officer Michael was saying, now you have to face a new challenge of them wanting to claim that you have ADHD, mental disorders. They're going to push that. That was a big agenda that was being pushed when I was growing up, in that high school, was the first fruits of it, basically, of that LGBTQ community, saying that it's the same thing as being black, basically. Being gay is the new black. We're going through the same oppression, all that BS. So no, it's 100% true. But another thing is that when you notice it, like they were saying, their main objective is to have the school be enforcing all that, where the parents don't know anything that's going on. Like Officer Yahaziel was saying, is that's the complete opposite of how we should be doing things. Running schools it was parent involved. It was homeschooling. The parents, and we're teaching them under righteousness of religion, where now we just send our schools off to school for 8 hours, 1/3 of their day, and they're just getting indoctrinated there. Oh, choose your pronoun for the day. What do you want to be? You want to be a baby? That's nice. Oh, you want to go from Michael to Michelle?
Every day is
Wow.
Halloween in school.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Every day is Halloween in school now.
Yeah.
You could be what you want to be.
Yep.
Till you come back home and then your parents be trying to straighten that out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And Esau was mad because a girl got raped in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because the dude went in there dressed up as a girl and raped his daughter. So that's how easy this. That's what's going on in the damn school system now. I can't imagine being in school nowadays, bro.
Hey, and if you got your kids in public school, snatch them out of there, man.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, let's read about the public school. Get that in Isaiah 60, 1 and 2. Let's read about the public schools. and go to Article 5. Because we ain't got time for we're not going to be to hit all of them.
This Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee.
Uh-huh.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
That's what we seeing right now in these in these churches and in the school system. Go ahead.
And gross darkness the people.
Uh-huh. That's on us. Go ahead.
But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
And that's why the Lord has given us these different outlets, giving our people these different outlets, whether it's IUIC TV, whether it's these our multiple shows and during the week. Yep, watch and read, Biblical Smoke, Joseph's Dream. All of these are different outlets so that our people can receive the truth and come out of that darkness.
Yes, sir.
Come on, what we got next?
All right. So, article number 5. Guns are now the leading cause of death for American children. Scroll down. Yes, sir, right there. Firearms have surpassed motor vehicle crashes as the leading cause of death among American youngsters, with official data showing a strong rise in gun-related homicides, such as the killing of 19 children in a Texas school rampage. Overall, 4,368 children and adolescents up to the age of 19 died from firearms in 2020, a rate of 5.4 per 100,000. A dashboard by the Center of Disease Control and Prevention showed.
Hold on just a second. I want to put this in perspective. So on a given Saturday when they got a college football coliseum filled with people, 5 of them people gonna drop dead before they leave the game
from a gunshot.
From a gunshot. Just think, and what's crazy, it says per 100,000, right? And what's crazy is you might, and you could answer this better than me, but you might have 100 of them coliseums every Saturday that you could compare that to.
Hey, but this go back to like what also Mike was saying about this white people problem, because we've been getting shot down by guns. I'm like, what do you mean by American kids? Chicago alone, like that's one of the major ways we die anyway. So when he talking about them Columbines and them Edomite children getting shot up in the school by other crazy white folks.
Yeah, because in our neighborhoods, we get hit by stray bullets.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Homicides made up nearly 2/3 of the gun deaths. By comparison, there were 4,036 deaths linked to motor vehicles, the previous leading cause of death among this age group. The gap has been narrowing as road safety measures have improved over the decades, while gun-related deaths have risen. The trend lines crossed in 2020, the latest year for which data is available. A finding identified in a letter to the New England Journal of Medicine last week. The letter's author noted that the new data was.
Hey, there's like nothing else you need to read on this, bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, that was.
I thought he was going to end at some point. I'm like,
I thought you wanted something else. My bad.
You put it together, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right. Go to the next article, man. He's gonna read the whole article.
Yeah, my bad. I'll just paraphrase this.
Like Sunday morning, I'm gonna read the whole Sunday paper and
drink some coffee.
Oh man, I did want to just to quote Isaiah 60:2, how it talks about like what you were saying earlier, Officer Yahaziel, about how our people, we've been going through this thing. Like we've been suffering through gun violence. We've been suffering through LGBT rampaging through our communities. And now it's finally catching up to the white people where they starting to get a little bit of that darkness while we've been in that gross darkness. They like, oh, we don't like that. We don't like that at all.
That's like I remember back when crack came out, and it wasn't a problem until I remember specifically, I think it was like 60 Minutes or something I was watching, and nurse, Edomite female nurse got hooked on crack. And it made 60 Minutes. And I'm sitting here like, man, half my neighborhood is hooked on crack. But now one white woman get hooked on crack, and now it's a problem. So.
Hey, we're going to have B-roll from Detroit, and it's going to be a whole roll of Jake off on something, and then I'll go bat an eye at that because it's been going on. It's normal down there.
100%.
Go ahead, what you got?
Yes, sir. We're going to blitz through this one. Just go down.
So read it. Read the top.
My bad.
Yeah, you go.
Just roll through the title.
Two potential threats.
Title.
Black parents fear more school cops in response to mass shootings. They provide a false sense of security for people who are not a target to police, one parent said. Go down, so that's mainly the topic right there. But we scroll down a little more where it starts at Washington. Right there, yeah. Washington. Senators working toward the landmark gun deal in the wake of the Uvalde, Texas elementary school shooting have emphasized the need to boost funds for campus security. But the prospect for more police officers in the school is making some black parents feel less safe.
Hey, black people are retarded, bro. They're getting shot down in the school, but they don't want more protection. No, we don't. We want less police in the school. Right. I guarantee everybody, all them Northern Kingdom parents are not in agreement with that. Because if the police was there, like more presence there, the guy would have been confronted faster than what he was, even though that whole thing was a debacle by the police. Right. But black people are retarded. Right. Let's bring less police in so we can feel more safe with less police.
It's wild. Scroll down a little bit more. Scroll down a little bit more. Right there, yeah. In interviews with NBC News, other black parents echoed similar concerns, and research supports their worry. A 2021 study from SUNY Albany and Rand Corporation found that while school resource officers can be linked to a decrease in certain types of violence, they do not prevent school shootings or gun-related accidents. Scroll down a little bit more. Yeah, that may have been the whole article, but basically that's where their concern was coming from, is that they felt that the security officers that are there are more or less to stop their own black children, but not to stop mass school shooters. So their concern comes in is that they're scared that there will be more police violence within the school instead of stopping school shootings.
Hey, can we get Romans 13:3?
Thanks for joining the show, Jeff. Hey, been looking over there. Hey, can I pull a scripture here? Come on, hey, can you go ahead and introduce yourself, man? Al?
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless. This is Officer Zeph, and I'm back in the Lions Den, in the den with some lions.
Welcome back to the Lions Den, bro. All right, go ahead, pull your scripture, man.
Hey, but yeah, this is to land back what Officer Michael was just expounding on. How the parents, that's crazy. That's not even logical. All this violence going on, and you don't want the people there that's supposed to protect against that. And that's because, well, we're going to bring it out. Read this.
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works.
Rulers are not a terror to good works. So guess what, black parents that are upset about more police being in the schools, if you were teaching your kids the commandments of God and how to conduct themselves rightly in society, you wouldn't have to be worried about the police coming up to them and just doing certain things. Now we know there's bad seeds out there, and certain police that just are gonna do what they gonna do. But you have to teach your kids to conduct themselves rightly and know how to navigate properly in these certain situations they find themselves in. If the police roll up on them and they sitting there getting mouthy with them, don't want to adhere to the commands that they're giving, I already have the appearance of a thug and all these things. What you think's gonna happen? It's time to start teaching our kids right. Read.
Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
We wouldn't even have to be afraid of the power if we were keeping the commandments of God.
Right.
But we don't want to do that. So now we want to buck back. Like that's the problem. No, us not keeping the commandments is the problem. Period. Point blank.
Hey, how many police shootings have we seen of the police shooting the kids in the school?
Right.
I haven't seen it. We haven't seen some
Outside of
some.
school.
Well, I'm saying we've seen that, but we've seen some like body slams or they roughed them up, but
right,
they ain't been killing the kids in the school. That hasn't happened.
Hey, jump down to that. What's that article? 8, Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
Let's get to that, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what parts you want out of that? That
Yeah.
looks like an interesting article.
It was good. Yeah, we're gonna go to the video of it.
Okay.
We'll start at verse, or I'm sorry.
We
We'll
got-
start at
we
go
got
to
a video?
45 seconds. Yeah, there should be a
Okay.
video on it.
All right, cool.
Kind of describes everything in the article.
And while they're pulling that up, that reminds me of when I was in school, the black school, actually. So when did
Trying to get some street cred.
Have his black card. What's his black card?
When I was at the black school,
the
guys.
black school. I didn't always go to the
So
white school.
what ended up happening was it was a time period where a lot of kids were bringing in IT. Man. So IT they were bringing in. See it? They got me jacked up. So now kids they were bringing in guns and knives into the school. So what the school ended up doing to try and combat it, they brought in like metal detectors. The parents ended up complaining, got the metal detectors taken out, and then like a week later, somebody got hurt. Same exact thing.
Black people.
Same exact
We had
thing.
that back in the day. We had that back
I
in
was
the
about
day
to
too.
say every public school I went to, that was a
They had
regular.
that back in the
You had
day.
to scan your ID, all of that.
Right,
So,
right.
I mean, shoot, it was more secure in there than anywhere. Like it felt like TSA, straight up.
Yeah.
Especially like the basketball games and stuff like that, man. That was TSA right there, bro.
Nah, I didn't go to a lot of black schools, but actually,
No?
actually
We
none.
can tell. No?
None.
Roman J. Esquire.
Wow.
But you watched one on TV, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I got to see it. I got to
lean on me. See, lean on me.
The virtual experience.
But no, the funny thing about it though is like, when have you heard about a mass shooting in a black school?
Right.
No, real talk.
You know what I'm saying? And that's without the police there.
Not a mass shooting, but some shootings though. I can tell you. Not a mass shooting, but
That was a
shooting.
Northern Kingdom school.
We don't do that. We curse a teacher out and cut school.
Exactly. Go smoke something. You know.
All right. Go ahead and play that video.
Yeah, play to 45, then we'll go to 110.
Viral. Missouri State Representative Ian Mackey confronted a colleague over an amendment that would allow schools to restrict transgender athletes' participation in sports.
I grew up in a school district that would vote tomorrow to put this in place. And for 18 years, I walked around with nice people like you who took me to ball games, who told me how smart I was, and who went to the ballot and voted for crap like this. Thank God I made it out, and I think every day of the kids who are still there, who haven't made it out, who haven't escaped from this kind of bigotry.
Joining me now is Timothy Snyder, professor of history at Yale University and author of On
You can
Tyranny,
pause it real quick.
which will be released in an expanded
you
audiobook.
duped me, man. This is some more white people problems.
This is white people problem. But it goes into the public school in general. I kind of wanted to bring these articles out just to show our people that the main thing that we should be focusing on as a nation is making sure that we're getting out of these public schools so we don't have to deal with these white people problems, that we start instituting homeschooling for our kids. Like we said, IUIC for a long time, and we still are pushing to start our own schooling system. So we need to make sure we supporting that thing, pushing that thing forward. But unless we do that, guess what? It's going to keep continuing to affect our kids that are not only going to those white schools, but it's going to bleed into the schools that we're going to.
So you're saying brothers is gonna start suiting up for the girls basketball team and girls track team now?
Right. Some of them, the whacked out ones, the buggy ones, the buggy brothers.
Listen, I ain't gonna be second string. I'm gonna go to the sister side and dominate.
It's gonna be a Joanna man.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I thought this was going to go to like critical race theory or something.
It is. The next part of it kind of.
Well, get to the part. Get to that.
Yes, sir. Go to 110. Go to 110 and stop at 3. So it kind of goes a little bit into The critical race theory, and then we'll go to 5 minutes and then 16.
So-called critical race theory. Florida banning math books because they claim it teaches critical race theory. Just a number of bills, anti-trans bills, 153 anti-trans bills in 34 states. Just a massive number of anti-abortion bills in 536 laws so far in 42 states, anti-CRT bills. I put them together in one thing, which is fascism. It is this mania about trying to boost up white conservative Christian men and push down women and anything that's other than heteronormative, relationships. What do you see?
I think.
Can you pause it real
you're certainly
quick?
right that.
I just want to interject a point because the way, again, how our black women are is that they'll see it as, oh, it's a women problem. They're attacking the woman. No, she's not looking at it as it's a problem for the whole nation. Those things is starting to attack the nation as a whole. Critical race theory. All these things that they're implementing in schools, saying that you can't learn math now because it's racist, that you can't learn about the history that our forefathers went through. Now it goes from, oh, it affects the whole nation to no, it just oppresses women and trans women of color. But that's a part I kind of wanted to stop there. Keep going though. Keep going.
From a male point of view, a lot of what this is doing is trying to drive anxiety, to teach men that it's normal for there to be roosters, like figures like Trump or Putin, or for that matter, Hitler and Mussolini. These hyper-performing types are fascist types. And then the rest of us, other men, are we producing enough children? Are we male enough? That is a fascist model, where you have this guy who struts at the top, and then everyone else is supposed to be worried and follow along with him for that reason.
Michael, Eric Dyson, I think about the Jews will not replace us and you will not replace us. Those are the two things that the Charlottesville, they were sort of like, thugs and, I don't know, in tan suits, walking down the street, marching, you will not replace us. To me, that was a hyper-masculinity flex, too. It was this anxiety among these young college-aged men that somehow, taking away a statue of a long-dead white man who owned slaves was somehow threatening their very existence on this earth. And that, in their view, somehow Jewish people were fomenting this conspiracy to replace that kind of white man.
Yeah, we 3 minutes in. All right, go to the next part. So on that part, again, just how it goes back into how, I guess, on a spectrum of how we already know how it affects our people, but we know that these things start to bleed over into what white people are doing, and what they're starting to do now from seeing all this stuff is they're starting to radicalize. Like Bishop saying, like for the longest, it's going to get to a point where it is going to come to like a race war is what they try and call it. But it's going to get to a point where that insurrection that it talks about in 2nd Esdras is going to take place because of that rousing of the nation. They're going to feel like, oh, our rights are being threatened. Oh, our citizenship is being threatened. Oh, we're being pushed to the corner. And they're going to start looking at the Israelites. Y'all the problem.
This is still part of us assimilating and looking for our oppressors to protect us.
Yeah.
Okay, instead of like you pulled earlier in Revelations 18:4, coming up out of it.
Yeah.
Coming up out of the churches, coming up out of the school systems, because now when you see this, and once again, here's part of the assimilation. Who's at the front of it right there? Whose face you see?
The black woman.
The black woman. Dominating the conversation, setting the tone and the narrative of the conversation. Go ahead go ahead and finish that.
Yeah, it's just a little last part. I think it's 5 minutes to 6:10. That's it. The end of it. Everything else was just
the black woman with her Negropean hair and push play.
Kind of that particular type of right-wing white man with, I don't know what, I guess with brown people, black people, with immigrants, etc. I put it all together, and it is down to not just masculine anxiety, but racial anxiety. What do you see?
Yeah, well, they certainly go together. The history of toxic racism is the history of toxic anti-women beliefs, femophobia, a fear of real women showing up. And when a real woman shows up, it challenges the testosterone level of men. They somehow feel they have to reassert violently their prerogative to not only lord it over women, but other men as well. When
Hey, hold up, man. Hold up. This brother just completely mailed in his man
Michael
card.
Eric Dyson.
He mailed in his man card. When a real strong black woman shows up, man. How much longer we got on that?
We're willing only 30 seconds.
All right, go ahead, and we go cut it there, man.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Mechanism creates a kind of disdain for the very thing that they fear that they might become, and it's kind of ludicrous in one way because the whole notion of conceptions of masculinity, of femininity, of idealized expressions of biologically set genetically determined identities.
All right, stop. Hold on. Stop. Here we go. Micaiah, can you please explain? Can you translate what he said, and we're gonna end it on that?
What he said was he was full of sh.
Hey,
That's what I heard too.
all these 14-syllable words to say nothing. Hey, get one scripture, and we ending it here. Isaiah 32:5, man. Isaiah 32:5. And we're gonna end it here because we got the bishop and wisdom crieth out coming up. All right, you got that?
Yes, sir.
Read that.
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 5. The vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity.
Go ahead.
To practice hypocrisy.
To do what?
To practice hypocrisy.
That's what we're seeing right here. Go ahead.
And to utter error against the Lord. To make empty the soul of the hungry.
To do what?
To make empty the soul of the hungry.
That's us. Go ahead.
And he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
We're going to end it right there. You've been tuned in to the Lions Den radio show. We got a little bit of a late start, but hey, man,
Time fly when you're having fun.
I'm just thinking about all of that BS that I just heard from Michael Eric Dyson.
It's going to take 2 seconds. Pull up what I just sent you. 2 seconds. I promise you. This is what Dyson wants. Pull it up, please. Oh, no. Quickly. It's in the LDR group.
No tech team can't do nothing quick.
And it's embarrassing that so many of our brothers are hiding behind the women. All right, that's why it's imperative that we continue to do what we're doing, and that you see us out on the streets, and that we bringing this truth out, and we showing what men really are back in the earth. The prophets are back in the earth, and you seeing your teachers and your men before your eyes. Hey, just forget it because they can't bring it up. All right. So, hey, thanks for tuning in to the Lions Den radio show. Lord willing, we will see you again.
Oh, now they pulled it up. I didn't want to see that.
Yeah, we're done. We ain't showing on that, bro. We're not showing on that. We'll see you again next Sunday. Hey, thank you, tech team. Thank you for the kitchen. Everybody that helped put this together. We out of here. Shalom. Most High Christ bless.
Most High Christ bless.
And listen to all of them. Sunday's got a long lineup. I can't name them all, but you can occupy yourself with music, definitely the word, and a lot of information, especially what's going on the earth right now. So the lineup begins tomorrow morning with Patient Saints, and it'll carry it right on to the last show, which is Wisdom Crieth Out outside of Austin.
Wake up to the Patient Saints, go ahead and grab your coffee. This truth is spreading across the globe. Our hidden history's alive with Deacon, take us through them times. Painted black faces right now, you know this not Jesus Christ. Raving the wolves, we prophesying in the fire booth. Bringing more fire, word to Deacon Malachi. Unit in and in the Lions Den. We got the current events, wisdom crying out at 9 o'clock. Come listen, we gon' set it off on Sundays.